All right, welcome back to the Beast Game Podcast. This is a review for Jigsaw. The directors are Michael and Peter Spierig. The Spierig brothers have done Predestination and Daybreakers. I remember liking Daybreakers. Predestination, not that great of a movie. The writers are Pete Goldfinger and Josh Solberg. It stars Matt Passmore, Tobin Bell, and Callum Keith Rennie. And the synopsis is, bodies are turning up around the city, each having met an unlikely gruesome demise. As the investigation proceeds, evidence points to one suspect, John Kramer, the man known as Jigsaw, who has been dead for 10 years. The movie opens with a police chase. The criminal is on foot. He grabs a remote trigger, says that he's not going to die. And then what happens is that the police officers attempt to shoot the trigger out of his hand. One bullet strikes the criminal. Then it shoots to people in Iron Mask. And then Jigsaw appears saying that the game has started again because these people are horrible people. Then it goes to coroners looking at a body that has appeared. The body has been damaged by acid. They find a USB drive that has an audio file on it that explains that Jigsaw is back. And that's where we'll stop. Matt, what did you think of Jigsaw?
Man, I didn't really come to this movie with too high expectations, mainly because what iteration is this movie? 8, 9, 7?
I believe this is the 8th.
Yeah, because it was Saw 3D that came out in 2010.
I mean, in a horror movie, especially when you deal with the same bad guy over and over again, how many ways can you twist things? I mean, it did have its ingenuity as far as killing people, but honestly, this is probably a movie I probably would have been better off waiting until it came on NBC.
Yeah.
I wasn't really impressed.
Yeah. So I had a lot of issues with this movie. This movie is completely terrible. After maybe like the first or second scene, there's no theatrical value. There's no reason for it to exist. Why do you wait 7 years to come out with another Saw movie? And the movie's just stupid. Main issue with this movie is that the gimmick torture porn no longer works. Because when it came out, kind of when Saw first showed up.
Saw, Hostel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those types of movies were
2000s.
pushing the edge of R-rated movies. And now, since you get so much of that just in regular movies or regular TV shows, why is this even important? Like, why do we come back to torture porn? Matt, how do you feel about torture porn?
After probably the third iteration, it's done.
Saw 2 had Donnie Wahlberg.
Saw 2 had Donnie Wahlberg.
That movie was good.
The first Saw was good.
And I want to say like Saw 5 was decent. But the main problems with this movie are that the acting is terrible. The dialogue is super choppy. The dialogue is really one-liners. It tries to be a police procedural. Biggest thing is that this whole overly complex set of rules that you have to do to get out of this escape room is pointless. Why would someone go through all this trouble to set this up? I mean, I'm not even talking about thinking logically. This is just pointless. The whole movie is just like, let's just try to figure out this puzzle.
So let me ask you this, Barry. Is this basically just a reiteration of all the other Saw movies? There's nothing unique about this, right?
Yeah, so this one tries to
speak about this movie.
Yeah,
See, that's what I heard.
This one tries to throw.
Basically, this is Saw 8. Why even call it Jigsaw?
You didn't care about any of the characters.
It doesn't stand alone. Like when you try to branch off a movie that's an already established franchise, you have to branch off and go take a leap of faith. You don't want to do the same exact formula that the other franchise is known for. So that's what I was expecting when I heard Jigsaw. I was okay. We know this is from Saw, so I'm assuming since they named it something totally different, it's gonna be a different take on the whole Saw series. This is gonna be something different. But all I've been hearing is that it's the exact same. Why not call it Saw 8?
And the whole thing is that there's this dual storyline of, again, the police procedural is trying to figure out, is Jigsaw still alive? And the other part are the people that are in this whole Rube Goldberg convoluted escape room trying to get out.
You didn't care for any of the characters watching this movie.
Yeah, none of the characters really were important because all it is just trying to get to the end of the movie, figure out what happens, and then it wraps up so silly in the last maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I just thought to myself, why am I here? And I wrote down WTF to the ending, 0, and that's my score. 0 is my score.
Damn, really?
Yes. This movie's getting a 0. So, Matt, what's your score?
I'd give it a 3.
Okay, we're not that far off. I can understand that, but this movie just pissed me off.
Matter of fact, I think that's the lowest score Matt has given, a 3.
Even though he didn't review Sausage Party, he gave Sausage Party like a negative.
Sausage Party was like -5.
All right, and that's the Beast Game Podcast. Don't see this movie. Stay away from it. There's even a line in this movie. It's like, you get off on this, don't you?
Are you serious,
He
man?
did
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
I'm hurt by this
Yeah.
because I am a fan of the Saw series. For some reason, this one kind of caught me like, I'm like, I don't know. Don't know.
Again, there's a lot of red herrings trying to point you to different characters that might be Jigsaw or
A lot of misdirection that fails
Yeah.
terribly. I know who it's not.
Yeah, I know who is not. And the movie spends so much time doing it. It's only an hour and a half.
Would you watch Assassin's Creed again or this?
I might have to watch this. I had to go to the donut shop. I gave it a 0, but I will watch this again. The whole thing is just terrible. And that's the Beast Game Podcast. Don't see this. Stay away. Jigsaw sucks. You can find more of our podcasts at beastgame.com, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.